Hey guys, UWG Nick here, and welcome to Sunday Snippets. Uh, Today we have a few things that I want to talk about. First of all, it's been difficult lately to make videos for the channel because there's nothing to play. Nothing new or exciting is coming out. Nothing that I feel excited about. There's a few games that I kind of want to check out, but I don't know if they're gonna make for good material. And I already have Path of Exile running, which isn't a good viewing experience as far as games go. I just hope that mine and Fiv's banter will be enough to keep you entertained, but kind of doubt it. But strap in, guys, because we're gonna try to push through the campaign. So it's gonna get messy. But yeah, there's always after Christmas every year there seems to be this dead time. Uh, Monster Hunter Worlds came out, which is getting rave reviews. People are absolutely loving it, but it's gonna be another like 8 or 9 months before it comes out for PC. So that doesn't help me much because I'm not running an Xbox. I'm not running a PlayStation. I have a PlayStation 3, and I do have my Switch right here. But my Switch I use basically only for travel. Like when I get sent out from work on these travel trips or business trips. Travel trips? Business trips. I bring it along and I play games in the hotel at evening instead of going out drinking with my, as my colleagues tend to do. Because I'm a younger generation and I don't feel like getting drunk in fucking bumfuck Russia. Is that much fun in the end? Except if I'm traveling with colleagues, just being a generally social person kind of demands that you at least go out to restaurants and stuff with that. And it's always fun. Like if there's colleagues with me, I work with great people. Like my work, if I we're gonna get to this, but I work with great people, and our community, like our work community, our work group is really close knit, and they're all really nice. So it's always fun with them. But when I travel alone, I don't go out to bars. I sit in my hotel room, play games, and enjoy that. Uh, my work, I don't know if I've mentioned this, but maybe I should. YouTube is, of course, just a hobby. Uh, I don't really have plans or dreams about making it big because I think that won't happen. Like the chance of that happening is exceedingly slim. So I'm not hedging my bets on that in any way, shape, or form. I'm doing it just because I like making videos. I play a lot of games. I play a lot of games with my friends and all this stuff, and I figured why not just record it since some people like watching it, okay, so why not? So YouTube is purely a hobby for me, and it's really fun to learn how to edit. Like recently for my birthday, I made that stupid ass birthday video. I think the title is the most important video I ever made. Clickbaitious, all fuck, but hey, everybody's doing clickbait nowadays. It's becoming the new norm. So and that was really fun because it's like a 30-second video, and I spent like 2 hours making it. I'm pretty sure that if somebody knew what they were doing, they could have cranked that shit out in 20 minutes and call it a day. But I had to learn everything that I wanted to do. I had never done effects like those before in a video. So it was a lot of kind of trial and error, watching tutorials, trying to copy what they do and so on. And it turned out okay. Like, I'm not super happy, especially with the filming part. I wanted it to be more impactful, like a bigger break or something like that. But somehow it just kind of fell flat, the filming part in the video. But the effects before that turned out just as I wanted them. So I was happy about that. I was stupidly proud of a really shitty video. It's like a shit post in video form. Anyways, I was getting to that. My work, what I work with, I'm a sales engineer for a export company, which means that I design, price, and sell ventilation HVAC solutions mainly to industry, not houses. I don't know the standards for living quarters and such with the air exchange rates and whatnot. But for industrial use, that's what we use it for. Paper machines, places with heavy moisture loads, things like that you need to transport away with air, or make sure that the air balance is correct in the building, for instance, so you don't get under pressure or over pressure more than you want. That's the kind of stuff I do. I explained this to one of the kids that I teach acrobatics to, and they were just like, "Oh my god, that's so boring." And I was like, "No, I enjoy it. It's fun." And their opinion of me after that was, "I don't know what the fuck fun is." So that was nice. That was that was good to know. Speaking of my work, this coming week, it's Sunday today for me. This is Sunday Snippet after all. So this coming week, I'm gonna leave for on Tuesday for Russia, and I'm gonna be gone until Friday. I don't think I'll have enough videos as a backlog to keep one video coming per day, which is kind of my normal schedule. I try to upload one every weekday. This time, I think Friday will be empty. I don't think I have time to play, edit, and render a full video for that. I have like 3 now. I need to make 1 more today. I don't think I could make 2 in case I want to sleep tonight. So Friday's probably going to be empty. Sorry about that, but there's really nothing I can do. I have been cleaning the house all freaking day today because we had people over. First, my acrobatics partner, I do pair acrobatics, and the girl, I guess, woman who I train with came over with her family, and we had dinner together, and then I returned her dog and cat to her, which have been living with us for like a month. I think you've seen Frodo in some videos, and then there's a big fat white cat, male cat, called Musse, which means hat in Finnish. Maybe I've mentioned them before. Feel like I have. And they've been living with us for a month, and I love them to bits. But the cat, it just leaves hair everywhere, like insane amounts of hair. And the dog comes with its own troubles. We have to, take it out for walks every 3 or 4 times a day, something like that. At least that's what we try to do with it. And so on and so on. But we got to return them today, so the house is a lot emptier. And I'm going to miss the little bastards. And then, after they had been here, they were just leaving. My girlfriend's work friend came over with I don't know what you call the beds, like a baby bed? A baby bed with like these little, it kind of looks like a cage without the top. I don't know how to explain it. Spjälsäng in Swedish, or is it pinnasänky in Finnish? I think it's like a bed, like the bed is a cage but without the top side, and the kid can like sleep there and it won't roll out of the bed and fall down and get hurt. And when they get older, when they start standing up and shit, they can't climb over it. At least not early on, but they learn pretty easily or pretty quickly. I've understood. But either way, it's one of those safety bed things. So they came over with that and gave it to us for free. And with a bunch of other stuff, like also one of those carrying things, like, oh Lord, my English is failing me. Like a baby carrier thing that you have on the chest, so the baby can sit there and be like stupid, and while you're doing dishes or whatever. I don't know, I haven't tried it yet. I don't have a baby, so. But yeah, the baby's gonna come in a couple of months, so things are heating up in that area. But other than that, I have to admit, people have been really nice with us, really kind. It's our first child. It's probably going to be a daughter. That's what the doctors say anyways. And we are super excited about it. And people have been really helping us out. Like, we have gotten so many free things from, for instance, Annette's, my girlfriend's mother has bought a bunch of clothes. Her work friends keep asking her if she needs anything. Like, we now got the bed for free and things like that, and people are really supportive, and it's really nice of them, and actually kind of necessary for us because I'm from up north in Finland. Well, not north, it's like actually below the midway point, so kind of south still, but it's 400 kilometers north of where I live now. That's where my family lives, and my girlfriend's family lives like 200 kilometers south. No, actually east. Yeah, east from here. South? East from here, and they're like pretty big distances, so we don't have family close by. We don't have grandmas or mothers or anything like that nearby, so we're kind of on our own with the baby when it comes. It's going to be interesting to see how that works out, but still, people have really been helping us, and it warms my heart that people care. Moving on, I mentioned that I'm going to Russia, so I'm not going to talk about that anymore. Games I've mentioned, there's nothing to play, but I am actually downloading one right now that I'm going to try to make a video of. Let's see what it is. It is called Valley. I've seen Jacksepticeye play it. I don't know if it's a very action-packed game. It seems more like a movement puzzle-based kind of game, but I'm going to see if it's supported in ultra-wide, and then I'm going to make some videos of it. If it's not supported in ultra-wide, I'm probably not going to make anything of it. And I'll just refund it again, and Well, again, I've refunded another game recently, Celeste, because it didn't run in ultra wide. It's kind of limiting myself when I do only ultra wide videos. Otherwise, I could probably do another VR video, but yeah, well, whatever. So I don't have much else to talk about today, but I figured I'd give you the story on there, that thing right over there, that one. So let me grab it. This is, well, first of all, it's a katana, as you can see. Now, it's not a sharp katana, it's not a real katana, it's a replica katana. This little piece of cloth I have around it here was given to me by a dear friend that I met in Japan. She was really nice, we had a lot of fun together. No, not in that way. But she gave me like a little, this is a thing in Japan. Okay, for those of you who don't know, I lived in Japan for a year as an exchange student. And gifts in Japan don't need to be expensive or practical. It's all about the presentation. And she gave me this little, I guess it's a, for lack of a better word, a snot rag or something like that. Pocket, what would you call it? Pocket? Again, like, words are escaping me today. Nenalina in Finnish. Like one of those rags or little pieces of cloth that you have to wipe your nose or something like that if you have a cold. And it's all about presentation, so it's a very, like, has these nice little, very Japanese kind of patterns on it. And I didn't know where to put it, and I was afraid it'd get lost, so I just tied it around this sword because I figured this sword will stick around for a bit. And this sword also has a story. This looks super cool when I pull it out like that, and this is metal, but it's cheap metal. It's like, what do you call it? Not plate, that's the wrong word. Plot. It's not tin either. Well, it's just cheap as metal. It's not steel, it's not iron. It's what you make like ventilation ducts from and stuff like that. I don't think it's aluminum even. Might be, but I don't. Maybe it's aluminum? I actually don't know. Either way, the edge is completely rounded, which you might be able to see, so there's no sharpness. Like, I'm really pressing down on it, yanking back and forth. I'm not getting a wound, so it's a complete replica. But it's a pretty neat little replica. I'll give you a little look of it. There you go. And this sword, I still have it because it has a story. I probably would have it even if it didn't have a story. But when I was in Japan, I was really into acrobatics, weightlifting, and things like that. And while I was in Japan, I probably was in the best shape of my life. Fat percentage down to like probably below 10%. And I was working out with either weightlifting or acrobatics like 8 times a week, I think. I had one day off, and 2 of them were twice in the same day. That was gym and acrobatics for 2 days. Otherwise, it was like either gym or acrobatics for the other days. So I was working out really, really hard. And I think because I was working out so much, going to school, writing my bachelor's thesis at that time, I never rested enough. And I ended up actually injuring my shoulder, ripping the ligaments, I think it's called, like the parts, flexible parts that should tie your shoulder blades and other bone structure together to actually work the way they should. I tore one of those during an acrobatics show, actually, and I wasn't even doing anything crazy. I did a front roll and I just heard crunch, and after that my shoulder was fucked for 6 months. So that was interesting. But either way, as I was there working out, I started going to this gym that was close to my school. It was like a 20-minute bike ride, if even that. And I spent a lot of time there, and I met this Japanese guy. I think his name was, I can't even remember his name. I have him on Facebook somewhere. I hope he never sees this video because I would completely die from shame if he found out I didn't remember his name. I want to say Atsushi, but I'm not sure. It doesn't really sound like a name. Either way, I met this Japanese guy. We started talking. I spoke like a mixture of Japanese and English. He spoke a mixture of Japanese and English, and it worked. And actually,
僕はちょっと日本語を話します。Wow, that was really shit. 僕はちょっと日本語を話しますですよ。でも、使ってないから、多分すべて今忘れました。
So I tried to say that I speak a bit of Japanese, but because I haven't used it or I don't use it, by now I have forgotten everything, which that kind of proves. I remember one line,
大阪はに沈めたらか。
which is I was told was a pretty good way of picking a fight. That was what me and my friend asked. Like, what do you say if you want to pick a fight in Japanese? They started giving us like these Yakuza terms and expressions. It was funny. Either way, so I met this guy in the gym and we got along really well. We started training together, and before I left, he invited me one day to come and see his amateur theater production. He was an actor. He was I guess, up-and-coming actor or maybe an amateur actor. I'm not sure how deep he was into it, but the production was pretty high quality, so I guess he was pretty deep into it. And it was a sci-fi kind of Star Trek story, but with really like crackpot humor. And even though I couldn't follow the story completely because Japanese is really fast when they do shows like that, it was a Western style theater. I couldn't really follow the story, but they had... I understood enough to find it funny, and they made all the like sound effects and stuff verbally, which was really funny when they walk through like these spaceship doors. They always go like, and they step through and then they even showed with the fingers when it closed. It was hilarious. And after I had been to that show, he came up afterwards. He came to the gym a few days later, and he brought me this sword, which was used in the play. And he said he wanted to give it to me as a thank you for coming to his show and as a memory of my visit. And I still have it, and I intend to keep it. And I just wish... I actually recently, not too many months ago, wished him a happy birthday on Facebook. And I went back to find him again, and I think he now has deleted his Facebook account, so I have no way of getting in touch with him anymore, which is a shame, because I would like him to see this video. I still remember the theater very well, and I still cherish this sword. It's going to go up on my wall somewhere. Just haven't found a place to put it yet. It was actually above my bed for 3 or 4 years on a hook. So yeah, I don't know. That's about it. I have a lot of stories from Japan, and some of them are absolutely insane. Some of them are drunk stories. Other are just funny stories. Other are kind of sad stories. There's a lot of stories from Japan. I guess I should tell you more at some point about my visit to Japan. But I have now been talking for almost 20 minutes straight, and this is supposed to be a Sunday snippet, not a Sunday power hour. So I'm going to end it right here. But it was good to talk to you again, and yeah, I hope to see you in the next video. But that will be in the future, because for now we're going to say bye-bye.